Good morning to everyone present here. My name is Jannat Patel. I am an engineer at Frappe, and I have been working here for almost 2 years now. Today, I'll be talking about the journey of Mon School. It's a learning platform that aims to teach programming. Let me start by addressing the why. So, the year 2020 was a tough one for us all. Everything came to a standstill. The entire world came to a halt, right? Including a lot of essentials. Schools, colleges, and universities were all shut down. At this point, India already had a good number of edtech startups, and they saw this as an opportunity. Have you heard of the kid named Wolf Gupta? This kid is supposedly 9 to 13 years of age, and after learning programming and AI concepts from a certain edtech platform, this kid got a job at Google with a package in crores. But if you look online, you won't find any satisfactory answer about the existence of Wolf Gupta. Most of these edtech platforms, they have a very aggressive sales and marketing strategy. A friend of mine was a salesperson in one such organization. He used to sometimes share his sales stories. They sometimes go door to door to sell these education packages. Now, when you look at a person's house, you get an idea of their financial stability. Even when they knew that the family would not be able to afford the package, they used to make the parents feel guilty for not providing their children with the best means of education. And these parents, not wanting to compromise with their children's future, would end up buying them. These so called education focused startups in reality do not care about education at all. They are just another set of fast growth chasers in today's capitalist world. I am sure that, like me, this must have affected you too. You must have also come across stories about these organizations. And so we at Frappe, in collaboration with FOSS United, decided to do something about it. We started with Mon School, a learning platform that would publish courses on programming that are easy to learn. Around March 2021, we started working towards this, and by July 2021, we launched with the very first version of Mon School. Currently, there are 4 published courses on Mon School, all covering some of the other area of programming. This is the most popular course on Mon School. It's called The Joy of Programming, created by Anand Chittipothu. Rishabh introduced him in his talk. Joy of Programming aims to teach programming concepts to students with the help of shapes to create interesting patterns. And this course is designed for absolute beginners, so it does not require you to have any prior knowledge about programming. This is a lesson in Mon School. Lessons in Mon School are of various forms: videos, textual content, quizzes. Every lesson in Mon School is followed by an exercise that requires the students to use the concepts they learned in those lessons. These are some of the sketches that were created by the students on Mon School using the concepts they learned in the Joy of Programming course. Aren't they just amazing? Now, when Mon School was initially launched, the team itself used to reach out to these college students, asking them to sign up. Our primary target audience was students belonging to the first and second year of engineering. At this point, FOSS United was already working with the Tinker Hub Foundation. Tinker Hub Foundation is a non-profit organization that aims to foster highly skilled young people that are empowered with technical and social skills. They help students with experimental learning that are associated with innovation and entrepreneurship. Tinker Hub Foundation has good connections with colleges in Kerala and South India. They helped us reach out to more of these college students. And so the number of sign-ups on the platform started increasing. And so Mon School decided to conduct cohorts for these college students. The entire course of Joy of Programming was divided into a schedule that spanned 5 weeks. And after each session, the students were asked to complete certain number of exercises, and their progress was tracked accordingly. So after all these efforts by FOSS United, Anand, and Tinkerup Foundation, currently Mon School has more than 10,000 users. Now, things were proceeding, and I guess the month of August was arriving in 2021, and so with it was arriving the festival of Onam. Now, Mon School, in collaboration with Tinkerup Foundation, decided to organize a competition that would have the essence of the festival of Onam and would require the students to use the concepts they learned in the Joy of Programming course. The competition was called Koda Pookalam. Pookalam is an intricate and colorful arrangement of flowers laid on the floor like a rangoli. This competition was a huge success. We received more than 10,000 entries, and it was really amazing to see all of these students creating these amazing sketches to submit for the competition. After receiving these amazing sketches, it was obviously very difficult to decide on a winner, but a committee was formed and the winners were decided. This 3D Pookalam that you see was the grand prize. This was the most creative entry, and this one was the most popular entry based on the number of likes. Now, if you feel that you're an expert in any area of programming and you want to contribute, share your knowledge, teach these students, you can also create a course on Mon School. In fact, FOSS United is offering a grant of rupees 1 lakh to anyone who creates a course. There's obviously a selection process, but all you have to do is visit the website and apply. You'll find all the details there. Coming to how we build Mon School. When it was decided that we want to go ahead with it, we looked online for open source learning management systems, and the most popular result we found was Moodle. So we decided to check it out. But our experience was not that good. The UI was crowded with way too many elements, and we were unable to add simple components without getting lost. This was not the kind of LMS we wanted. So we decided to build our own LMS. At Frappe, we believe in first principles, which means that just because there is a popular way to do something does not mean it is always the best. We even wrote our own web framework, and so we started building our own LMS using that framework. It's called the Frappe framework. The tech stack that we used was the same as that of the underlying framework. The languages used were Python and JavaScript, MariaDB for database, Jinja for templating, Node.js and Socket.io for real-time publishing, and caching was done with Redis. So the core building block of the framework is called a doc type. It helps describe the model and the view of the data. All you have to do is add your fields to the model, and then you can later define relationships between them. Creating a doc type is also quite easy because it is through the admin UI of the framework. You add the fields for your model, and then later on top of it, you add validations and permissions. The app that we were building also uses doc types extensively. And after going through all of the LMSs that we'd seen online, we thought that the primary focus for this LMS would be to keep it as simple as possible. So we kept the structure simple too. The main entity is a course. Course is linked to chapters, and chapters are linked to lessons. The main content of your course would reside in the lesson, and chapters are used to link similar lessons together. This is the lesson doc type, wherein the content of the course would reside. And since we were building this app primarily for Mon School, where the course creators were developers and programmers themselves, we added some developer-friendly extensions. So the syntax that you see here, if you want to add a YouTube video, you just have to write this, and you have to add the last parameter of the embed URL that YouTube provides. Similarly, for quiz, this is the syntax that you use, and you just have to add the quiz name. It's built using the Markdown library of Python and the extension mechanism that it provides. Under the hood, it's doing the very obvious thing. Like if it's a YouTube video, it just adds an iframe, but it's easy to use and it avoids the inconvenience of extra clicks. So when the first version of the app was ready, we went live with Mon School. Now, parallelly, when the app was being developed, there were discussions going on at Frappe about how there needs to be a learning management system for our flagship product, ERP Next. Since the app was generic enough, we decided to use the same app for it. There were some Mon-School specific customizations that we first separated out into another app. We named that separate app Mon-School. And the generic app that was left, we named it Frappe LMS. Both Mon-School and Frappe LMS are open source and available on GitHub. You can contribute to both of them in any way that you like. Mon-School is licensed under MIT and Frappe LMS is licensed under AGPL3. Frappe LMS currently has more than 100 stars on GitHub and 72 forks. So when this separation was done, we went live with Frappe School, a learning platform that publishes courses on ERP Next and its various modules. Last but not the least, our vision for Mon-School. Mon-School envisions an India where anyone can learn programming without any preconceived notion of fear. An India where any student can learn how to code without the pressure of being the next Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, or Wolf Gupta for that matter. We believe that education should not be for the pursuit of capitalism, but for the pursuit of knowledge. That's all from my side today. Thank you for listening.